Back here on Sports Report with Chris Park, I am Matthew Hatfield. Well, America has the Ocean Lakes Dolphins moving on to the next round. Will they get their wish and see the Dolphins take on Oscar Smith? First, though, the Tigers have to take care of business against the Colonial Forge Eagles, the team that eliminated Ocean Lakes last year in the postseason. To Beard DeLong Easley Field in Chesapeake. At Tiger Field we go, and it's that usual hallmark entrance for the Tigers.
Yeah, coming out of the cage as Oscar Smith looking to make it 11 straight appearances in a regional title game, and if they can win this one against Colonial Forge. And the Eagles have the ball first offensively, and they're led by their quarterback Gary Jennings, who gets to the outside, avoids a couple tacklers, and picks up great running room, tiptoeing down the sideline, finally out of bounds inside the Oscar Smith 40.
Jennings, a highly recruited prospect with over a dozen offers. We also saw him help Colonial Forge win the basketball state title last March, playing quarterback in so many different positions. This time he connects here, 4 of 4 on third downs on this opening drive for the Eagles, finding Joel Miller on that connection.
And now Jennings will roll to his left and has a receiver as that's Miller again, and he dives in the end zone for the touchdown. And Oscar Smith takes the first jab, and they give up the score on the opening drive for the Eagles.
Trouble could be brewing in Chesapeake, or maybe not. They give up the first touchdown in their previous playoff win against Cox. And when you have Deshaun McLeese, the Virginia Tech commit, you're not in trouble too much.
Yeah, it's a nice weapon to have as McLeese from 18 yards out finds Pater, and Oscar Smith an extra point away from tying the game, and they do. So it's a 7-7 game early on in the first quarter, and a matchup. We'll see which side blinks first. It's Jennings going across the field, and this pass is going to be picked off as that Oscar Smith defense, led by number 4, Tavante Beckett, comes up with the interception.
The junior linebacker and Monitor Merrimack Conference Defensive Player of the Year with a big return inside the 5, and Courtney Johnson will finish it off with a 1-yard touchdown run, allowing Deshaun McLeese to take a breather for a moment. But you know what that means. He's going to have rest to get some more long runs.
More McLeese is always a good thing if you're Oscar Smith. From 21 yards out, the touchdown for the Tigers, as McLeese playing for the final time on his home field, trying to make it a memorable one. His
16th playoff game, and now Jennings rolling to his left, intercepted again as it's T.J. Green, another Oscar Smith linebacker, with the takeaway.
And Oscar Smith doesn't need a lot of chances, but when you give them extra ones, they're going to take advantage as quarterback Sean Mitchell hands off to McLeese. So McLeese bouncing to the outside, gets some great downfield blocking from his receivers, manages to keep his knee off the ground inside the 20, finally taken down at the 12-yard line, and the Tigers in business to score once again.
Deshaun McLeese is his name, and ripping off long runs is his game. It's Sean Mitchell now in the passing attack as the defense loads the box. Well, that means Anthony Elliott will burn you on the deep slant. A 14-yard touchdown reception for him, his 7th straight game finding the end zone.
Yeah, with Elliott and wide receiver Sean Daniel also at Mitchell's disposal, this is a multifaceted offense as the extra point is blocked, but it's 26-7, and Oscar Smith looking for more as Mitchell goes across the middle, and his pass is picked off as a leaping interception made by Justin Brown, and the Eagles find some life defensively with the stop.
What can Brown do for you? It's got the Eagles getting closer here before the half. They need a touchdown, and it'll be a deep throw by Jennings to Brown. That is actually Jamal Brown with the catch from 26 yards out, and Colonial Forge is cutting the gap.
Well, apparently Brown can do a lot for the Eagles as back on offense come the Tigers, and they're going to find an excellent play as that is Sean Daniel taking the wide receiver screen pass all the way down the field inside the 5-yard line, and that would lead to this. In the end zone goes to Sean McLeese once more.
Both Coach Rich Morgan of Oscar Smith and Bill Brown of Colonial Forge really thought that catch by Daniel was the backbreaker in the second half, allowing Oscar Smith to increase its lead to a 3-possession advantage. And the Oscar Smith defense with Beckett is coming after the running back and the quarterback.
And Justin Brown finding no room to run, and now Jennings will fake the handoff, tries to get to the outside, and is upended at the 1-yard line. So the Eagles trying valiantly to score. Jennings will get into the end zone with the dive and the extra effort. And the Eagles not going away quietly, only down a couple scores.
And despite outgaining Colonial Oscar Smith 459 to 356, Colonial Forge finding itself trailing late in the fourth quarter. This onside kick would be recovered by the Tigers, so all Coach Morgan's crew needs to do is run the clock out with that running back in McLeese and come away with another playoff victory.
When you've got McLeese at your disposal, you certainly can do just that, as Oscar Smith will find themselves on the victorious side, 32-21 over Colonial Forge, as Deshaun McLeese had 228 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground to lead the Tigers. Colonial Forge was paced by Ramon Miller, 136 yards rushing.